Lubbock.
Good morning, Texas Tech, and a happy Friday, March 24th, 2017. Hopefully, you beautiful listeners and viewers didn't miss us too much over the spring break, but we're back again. We got a fun episode for you once again. I am your host, Brian Jimenez, along with the super awesome crew that is the rest of the GMTT crew, like Mr. Andy Koke with the music news.
Hi, how's it going?
Doing good, Koke. How was your spring break?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good, man.
Awesome to hear. Awesome to hear. Also, on sports, we got a one-man team today because Brandon Medina must have slept in, so we got Andrew Marks, who is more than capable of handling it himself. Andrew Marks, how was your spring break?
It was fantastic. Went to Chicago, had the time of my life, and I'm ready to get back on the radio here with you guys.
Chicago, the not-so-windy city compared.
Yeah, the windy city is Lubbock, Texas.
Exactly.
I've made that joke far too many times while I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet everyone was like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, they're like, where's Lubbock, Texas?
Try not having buildings. And just so, like, I just feel like all that wind.
They don't even know, man.
By all those buildings in Chicago. But, like, here it's just so, there's, like, no tall buildings. It's just super flat. And it's more advantage for all the wind to just get in your hair.
Pretty much. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of even, like, stylizing your hair in the morning anymore? Because you know, like, it's Lubbock.
There is no point.
And there's going to be...
None.
No point.
Yeah.
Absolutely none. Let me just say that.
I'm with Haley on this one. Absolutely 0 point.
Hats for days.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
Haley, up to Grove, how was your spring break?
It was really, really good. I got to go home. I got to go to Austin. I had a great time, but I'm happy to be back, too.
Also in the other studio, we got Mr. Derek Ginter. Derek Ginter, how was your spring break, or possibly not spring break? Since I know it's different for faculty. I know he's struggling there to get...
He got like one day off, I think.
Yeah, I took a couple of days off. It
Hey,
wasn't
look
too
at
bad.
that.
It was way too short, though.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
The time change at the start didn't help.
Oh, yeah. That definitely threw me
Yeah,
off.
I went to New York, and the time change happened, like, during my flight. So then I was 2 hours forward. Then
No, that's weird.
Oh,
when
man.
When I got
That
back
would
to
have
Dallas,
thrown me off, dude.
I was like, no, everything's so weird. Why is it dark out?
Absolutely awful. Time changes are the absolute worst.
The absolute worst.
Unless we get an extra hour, of course.
I mean, if we get extra sleep, then I'm not complaining, but
At least it's
spring
just like-
forward...
At least it's like 1 hour, like forward or backwards, instead of like.
See,
maybe
when I
two
was
or
little,
three.
I always thought it was like,
That would
we
be
just always
crazy.
kept going forward an hour, and I was like, eventually our times are going to
We're
be
going
so
forward.
off.
We're in the future.
We're time traveling, man.
Yeah, I was really confused.
It's like a weird episode of...
Black Mirror.
SpongeBob.
Pretty much, yeah, like a weird episode of Black Mirror, except
Or
not
that.
super depressing in this case. But anywho, enough about time changes. Haley, what do we have on the news today?
We have some pretty interesting stories today, so...
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're exciting. All right, good morning, Texas Tech. Let's take a quick look at your KTXT top of the hour news update. 2 civil rights groups are suing Harris County over its bail system that the groups argue discriminates against the poor. Now a federal judge is deciding if the local bail system should be halted until the lawsuit is decided. Local officials are already working to modify procedures that will essentially keep many poor people in jail on misdemeanors while allowing the more well-to-do to leave jail on bond. San Antonio Mayor Ivy Taylor says renegotiating NAFTA would hurt the local economy less than a 20% import tax on Mexican goods proposed by the Trump administration. Taylor yesterday told an event hosted by the Free Trade Alliance San Antonio that it's essential Congress pass exemptions to the tariff. She expressed her hopes that the Texas congressional delegation could get those exemptions passed. A Mexican restaurant in the Austin area is responding to a viral Facebook post showing teeth found this month in a barbacoa taco meal. El Ricon Mexican restaurant in Pflugerville says it won't be using the USDA-inspected meat from a San Antonio company again, but the teeth found in the taco meal was actually cow lips. Barbacoa is often prepared with parts from the heads of cattle. The Facebook photo by Courtney Aguilar is getting thousands of views on social media. And finally, the Denton woman stranded in the Arizona desert for 5 days is blaming Google Maps for taking her down a road that doesn't exist. Amber Van Heck says her vehicle ran out of gas while traveling down a dirt road as she moved away from the southern rim of the Grand Canyon. The University of North Texas student says she survived thanks to skills she learned as a Girl Scout. That does it for your KTXT News Update. I'll be back at the half hour. Now, here is DG with your weather update.
Thanks, Haley. Going to be a windy one today. Talking about the Windy City in Lubbock. It's definitely going to live up to that name. A high wind warning are in effect starting at 11 o'clock, lasting until 7 p.m. this evening. We're also under a fire weather watch. Very windy today, mostly sunny, but areas of blowing dust expected throughout this late morning and afternoon. Highs today around 70 degrees. Westerly winds 25 to 35 miles per hour with gusts to around 50 miles per hour. Those winds will shift to the northwest and actually increase later this afternoon. Mostly clear but windy tonight. Lows are around 40 degrees and slightly warmer tomorrow. Sunny skies expected Saturday. Highs in the mid-70s with gentle breezes from the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Currently in Lubbock, a few clouds and breezy, 49 degrees. Wind is from the southwest at 23 with gusts to 30 miles per hour, creating a wind chill. 42. It may be spring, but it's still a bit on the cool side today. Definitely need a jacket as you head out and about. Now back to the Good Fella Friday here on Good Morning Texas Tech.
I love your description of gentle breezes from the west. It's very tender and soothing. Very much enjoyed it.
We try.
But what's not gentle and soothing is this weather that we've been having the past couple days.
It's been so weird.
I'm just used to it by now.
I just don't
it's
understand.
Lubbock, man.
Like,
March rolls in like a Detroit Lion and goes out like a Dallas Cowboy.
Oh.
That was the weirdest
That's
analogy for the
yeah.
weather I've ever heard.
I mean,
but
we didn't do that bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Andrew Mark is just like super
speechless.
offended right now.
I'm speechless.
Too early to talk about the Cowboys today, but I mean, it looked like we were gonna have nice, pretty warm.
Tomorrow's gonna be
spring
nice.
weather tomorrow, but not today. I needed it today.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't want to wait.
Tomorrow's Saturday. I don't have anything going on tomorrow. It's too late, you know.
yeah,
Dude.
I just washed my car and it just got dust all over.
That's the worst when you wash your car and then it immediately gets dirty again due
Avoid
to the weather.
problem by not washing your car.
Or not having a car.
You know, I'm
at
with
all.
Haley on this one. Just never wash your car.
I don't even remember
I
when the
haven't.
last time I washed my car
I've washed mine
was.
probably 7
Truly.
months.
Oh my God.
Literally every time I even consider washing my car, some kind of storm happens. It rains. We have a haboob or whatever. Like, just
We
every
haven't
single
had one
time.
yet. We haven't had one yet. I really
We
want
got
to see
close,
one.
though.
Very close.
Got super close. Not quite the haboob, just a bad dust storm. I like saying the word haboob.
Yeah, she
Haley's just
giggled like a child over there.
Right, she's just losing her
I've
mind
always
over there.
thought that was weird that that's what we called them. I don't know. I know it's from like
I don't make up
That's
the
what it's
rules.
called.
I
my
follow
mom.
them.
The first time she was like, "Have you experienced a haboob yet?" And I was like, "Oh,
A what now?
I didn't know what that was until actually about a month ago when Brandon played it in a game of Words with Friends with me. And I was like, what are these
You
words?
can't play that."
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
man.
funny.
But hey, let's get into these disturbing news stories, like getting lost
Yeah.
in the desert. What's up with that?
Yeah, Haley,
I don't
what's
know.
up with that?
Is that
I
here?
think that's funny. This poor girl, she's from.
Why
she
is that
goes
funny?
She goes to UNT, and they went to the Grand Canyon for spring break.
Yeah.
And Google Maps, man, told her to take a turn, and she did, even though there was no road there. And she continued to drive in this
That
direction.
sounds like a bad comedy.
She continued
Adam
to drive in
Sandler.
this
It's going to be a
direction until
Netflix
she-
original series
Yeah.
soon.
until she ran out of gas. Like, what?
Like, she didn't think at any point, like, you know, I don't know if I'm going the right way.
Sounds like
I don't know.
sounds like a half-baked plot.
I've been
of
driving down this road for like hours now and ran out of gas. I don't know
And
if I'm going the right way
To
anymore.
stick up, to stick up for Google Maps, I literally use it almost every day, and I've never ended up in a desert. So
Yeah, it's
That's
better than
true.
Apple Maps. I
Pretty
think
good,
most
yeah.
of us
Good
can agree
track
on
record with
Yeah.
Andrew Marks over here.
It's
Yes.
it's worked well for me always, but I don't know. I've had different navigation systems
Yeah.
crap out on me.
that. I mean,
so.
it has its little mess ups every now and then, but not quite driving out to a desert that badly. But
Yeah,
sorry for
laughed.
this girl, I
thought it
guess.
was funny. I mean, I felt obviously. I'm glad she's okay, and she like.
But you take pleasure in other people's.
No, I just take pleasure when technology screws people over. It's really funny.
It is a little bit funny, admittedly. Also, I would like to thank you for ruining barbacoa for me.
You're welcome.
Was it teeth or lips
Teeth.
that you said?
It was lips that were found in the taco meat, but people thought they were teeth, which I don't.
either way,
They don't really look the same, so I don't know.
and the texture is certainly much
Very
different, I would
different.
imagine.
Yeah.
So that's kind of gross.
I mean, barbacoa itself is like made from the head meat of cows.
Yeah,
so,
it's made from
like,
the cheek.
Yeah,
So I mean, I guess I could see where the little piece of lip would kind of accidentally get in there, but
I'm not about it.
That-
I don't know.
yeah,
I'm
that-
gonna
I don't
stick
know.
with my bean, cheese, and bacon.
I mean, I love barbacoa, but now I'm kind of iffy about it. So I'm kind of resentful of the fact that you even presented that story.
You're welcome. It's my job to inform you.
That is her job. You know, it's not always sunshine and rainbows out there,
Sometimes
people.
it's cow teeth and tongues.
So gross. So gross.
That's pretty gnarly. What's some of the other stories you presented?
Thanks for listening, Brad.
I listen, Haley.
I always draw a blank. I was paying
No, it's
attention.
okay. I
The
understand.
one of Ivy Taylor.
Okay,
Let's talk
yeah.
about that.
She's talking about saying that they're wanting to renegotiate, I think, the import tax on Mexican goods being proposed by the administration,
Mm-hmm.
like how that's going to affect the local economy. So, yeah.
Yeah, I
don't know.
mean, especially in places that sell Mexican products, you know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
restaurants, stores. I mean, there's even just stores like grocery stores. My parents used to shop at them all the time where they're just imported goods like
Mm-hmm.
fruits and even like sodas and drinks and
Right.
things like that. So,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just wondering how that'll all play out, especially in places like San Antonio where it's obviously big on, you know, shipments from Mexico.
Yeah. Did y'all see, kind of along these lines, did y'all see this thing? It was going viral last week. These guys, college guys, went down to Cancun for spring break.
Yeah.
And they're on the beach, and they were like so excited, like chanting, like "Build that wall, build that wall!" And
boy.
everybody just like went off on them. They were like, "You're literally in Mexico, like you're in Mexico for spring break, and you're talking." And I mean, people are like really, really mad about that.
Not exactly
Yo,
very
build
that-
right of them.
Build
No.
that wall real quick, and they're like, "How do we get back?"
What do we do?
oh,
They would use
man.
Google Maps.
Oh,
And then they get lost in Arizona.
if they can get in Arizona, they're
That's-
just like, "I just gotta get past this wall first."
I swear I was here before spring break, so if we could just like
Can we just like
get over there
you
real
know.
quick, that'd be good.
What school do you think they're from? I'm gonna guess like Arizona State.
Oh, state? They're not that smart. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
ITT Tech.
I'm gonna go with like.
I'm gonna go with
Alabama.
ITT Tech as well.
ITT
That's not even a thing anymore, is it?
I don't know.
I don't even think it is. I think it went under.
I haven't
'Cause
seen
I haven't seen a
the
commercial.
commercials. You know, they're
those
real life people.
really corny commercials.
They're real
like-
life people. They have families. They're doing fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it didn't work out. I don't know why we're talking about ITT Tech.
Sorry, guys.
I don't know where that came from, but yeah.
It's my fault.
Interesting stuff. Well, let's go ahead and move on to a quick music break. We'll be back with some sports discussion, so don't go anywhere. Here is I Want to Be Your Mirror by Temples. Don't go anywhere. It's Goodfella Friday. We'll be back in a few. Hello, Facebook. Thank you for sticking with us. If you are tuned in and watching and you want to discuss some of your spring break experiences, adventures, all that good stuff, feel free to tell us all of those. So far, we have 2 comments. So far, we have Veronica Mark saying, "Good morning, Red Raiders." Good
Morning.
morning to you too, Miss
Good
Marks.
morning, Mom.
Good to see you this morning. Also, our very own Nick Hay says, tying it all together. I'm assuming
About the Google Maps.
probably the Google Maps thing. That was very
Yeah.
clever of you, Mr. Mark.
That was
On top.
that was
of it
definitely a
today.
Nick Hay joke right there. That I did.
Dad jokes for days.
Dad jokes for
with
days.
Nick
Page
Hay.
18.
We seriously need to make that a thing. And then what was it? Mom jokes for days with Haley, right?
No,
Yeah.
Mom jokes for months with Haley. Up
Mom
here.
jokes for months. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm not even a mom. That's
Yeah, but you make mom jokes.
I do fairly regularly.
It's
Oh
true.
well.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a good status.
See, you're already moving on. Joel Sketty says, "I went to the Houston Rodeo. Cowboy J," in all caps. I'm happy for you, Cowboy J / Joel Sketty.
Blink actually played at the Houston Rodeo last night, and then now they're coming to
At the
Lubbock.
rodeo, really?
Yeah,
That's odd.
exactly.
Okay.
Can you
but they're
imagine
coming
the
to Lubbock
guys
next
in,
week,
like,
and we're all
cowboy
going to be there.
hats,
It's going to be
like,
fun.
bootcut jeans because I can.
I mean, that'd be pretty interesting concept. I bet everyone was thrown for a loop. Like, what? What are these guys doing here? I want Blake Shelton and Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan.
Let it be known that Luke Bryan is Andrew Koke's favorite music artist of all time.
Bryan.
Yeah, I really enjoyed his,
Very good, Haley.
his rendition of the Star Spangled Banner.
I don't know if we
really
ever
enjoy
told
his
y'all
jeans.
about that, but basically, we watched the Super Bowl over at Andy's place, and of course, Luke Bryan sang the national anthem.
So good.
And so, because we have a dumb sense of humor, we all thought, hey, it'd be really funny if Luke Bryan changed all the lyrics to Star Spangled Banner to just Luke Bryan. So the whole time we were singing Luke Bryan.
He was just doing
Bryan.
it in such a heavy twang.
Yeah, that's his voice.
It's American football. You gotta have a little bit of twang in there. Make it authentic. It's Luke Bryan, dude.
Hi, Dad. My dad said he's watching.
Okay.
Hi, Dad. Hello, son.
Hello,
son. I was like, that was not a very good
Yeah,
transition
Luke Bryan's
there.
not my dad.
Okay, I was like, is there something you want to tell us here? Okay, so quick sneak preview, Andrew. What can the audience expect?
Well, we're going to talk about Tom Brady's Super Bowl jersey from this past year and 2015 being recovered in Mexico after it was stolen from the locker room after both Super Bowls. This guy who stole it also had Kurt Warner's jersey from when the Cardinals and Steelers played in the Super Bowl, and also Von Miller's helmet from the year before. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about what type of sports memorabilia that we would like to have. Not so much steal, but to get in a fair, reasonable way.
I could
Sure.
see that, like, real quick. The guy being caught, and then, like, what is it? The Scooby-Doo gang. Like, let's
For
see
sure.
who this guy really is.
We'll talk about that in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Lubbock, Texas. I'm Andrew Marks, and this is your KTXT Sports Update. March Madness is in full effect because the Sweet 16 got off to a bang as Oregon ended Michigan's dramatic postseason run with a 69-68 victory in the Midwest Regional. Tyler Dorsey had 20 points, highlighted by the go-ahead layup with 1:08 left. The number 3 Ducks held the 7-seeded Wolverines without a point over the final 2 minutes. Oregon will face top-seeded Kansas on Saturday after the Jayhawks rolled to a 98-66 win over Purdue. Frank Mason III and Devontae Graham each scored 26 for the number 1 seeded Kansas Jayhawks, which shot 15 of 28 from three-point range. And the lone double-digit seed left in the NCAA tournament, number 11 Xavier, held second-seeded Arizona scoreless over the final 2:52 to earn a 73-71 victory in the West Regional semifinal. Trayvon Blewett had 25 points, and Sean O'Mara scored inside with less than a minute left to help Xavier to their first Elite Eight since 2008. Arizona missed a three-point attempt in the closing seconds, and Xavier was able to grab the rebound and dribble out the clock. Xavier will face number 1 seeded Gonzaga, which found a way to get by pesky West Virginia 61-58 last night. And to the NFL, the FBI announced the jerseys worn by Patriots quarterback Tom Brady during this year's Super Bowl and the 2015 Super Bowl have been returned. Brady's 2017 jersey went missing from the locker room after the team's win over the Falcons on February 5th. Mexican authorities searched the property of tabloid journalist Martin Ortega, which they found the jersey along with a Brady jersey that disappeared after the 2015 Super Bowl. A Denver Broncos helmet was also found. And Johnny Manziel and Sean Payton were spotted eating breakfast together during Super Bowl week and discussing a potential return to football for the troubled quarterback. Ian Rappaport of NFL.com pointed out that the Saints need a backup, and Drew Brees could be a good mentor to Manziel. That is going to do it for your KTXT Sports Update. Now let's open it up to our sports discussion on GMTT.
All right, Andrew Marks. Excuse me. Thank you for that very informative update. So, as we briefly mentioned in the Facebook break, we thought we would open up the discussion, kind of bouncing off the point of Martin Ortega.
Martin Ortega, tabloid journalist.
Tabloid journalist,
from Mexico,
quote unquote, using that term very loosely, who stole, of course, apparently a lot of memorabilia from Super Bowl.
Two Tom Brady jerseys.
How does that happen?
Von Miller's helmet.
So how does that even happen? How do we let this guy just steal all this stuff?
How did he just get into the locker room?
Like, I mean, he had a media pass.
I think.
Like, why isn't there cameras? Like,
I think I read that he walked right behind Bill Belichick, like this year.
Oh,
to get into the locker room.
He probably has like Bill Belichick's hoodie or something.
Probably Super Bowl rings, right?
Super Bowl rings.
I don't know, but yeah. So to recap, he has Tom Brady's Super Bowl jersey from this year and 2015. Has Von Miller's helmet, who is also the MVP in 2016, and then has Kurt Warner's jersey from when they lost to the Steelers way back when, and actually at a later date had Kurt Warner sign his own jersey.
I don't get. He must have had like a big backpack because it's weird. No one was like, "Hey, that's not yours."
Yeah.
That's not yours.
I just have so many questions and so little answers. But Andrew and I were talking. We thought we'd open this discussion up to the rest of the group. If you had an opportunity, not to steal, but to fairly obtain any kind of sports memorabilia of your choosing, I'll start it off with you, Mr. Koke.
Seth Curry's mouthpiece.
That's weird.
That's weird, but I would love an explanation.
Those are going to be so collectible. You don't even know.
I mean,
you wouldn't want his old grandpa shoes.
Oh, my grandpa actually got Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry plays for our
Steph Curry.
Yeah, nobody cares about Steph Curry.
Low tops. You got the low tops for Christmas.
Really?
Yes.
So just grandpa wearing grandpa shoes.
Correct. Correct.
Nice.
Pretty much. So, like, you would legit take
Steph.
Not really. Okay, I was like, that's weird, man. But okay.
Man, I would say any Troy Aikman memorabilia would be sweet to have.
Okay.
Like helmet, football, anything in that sort. I don't particularly like signed things.
You don't like signed things?
No.
Why?
I feel like it.
I have a huge autograph collection.
Yeah, I mean, like autographs are cool, but like autographs on like important. I don't know. That's not my cup of tea. But yeah, I would maybe like a helmet or a football or something like that.
Okay. Interesting.
With documentation.
Brian already knows mine. I'm the biggest Mavs fan out there. I would absolutely love to have Dirk's Game 6 worn jersey from 2011 when he beat the Miami Heat in the finals. That would be my number one thing. I'd have it framed, and I'd hang it up proudly.
Wiped with LeBron's tears.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Like
little dabs. Little dab.
For sure. Haley, if you had certain memorabilia of your choosing, what would it be?
I would pick the jersey that Peyton Manning wore in his last Super Bowl.
Okay.
So
that's
I could
pretty good.
sleep in it.
Because you have mentioned on several occasions you're a big Peyton Manning fan.
I do like Peyton Manning, yeah. As a person. He's a good person.
He is a good person.
And I can imagine that his jersey's super comfy. So
super comfy, as opposed to the rest of the NFL who would not have comfy jerseys?
Probably, but not as comfy as Peyton Manning.
You know, I don't get the logic, but I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Similar to Andrew's, well, not really similar. I'm a big-time Spurs fan, for those of you that don't know. So pretty much anything Tim Duncan related, I'm all over that. So anything, a jersey from one of the 5 championships he won, none in particular, preferably 2014 if I could get my hands on that. But if it was, You
wouldn't want the first one, you would want the 5th?
I would kind of want the 5th. Because, I mean, it was the most recent, it was his most special,
He had more to do with the first one, though.
He did, and either one, it would be super special. But I would personally go the 14 championship one, just because it was his last championship. It was more emotional,
And he beat LeBron.
And he beat LeBron because also, in '99 I was young at that time. I didn't know
same
a whole lot because I was only like 5 years old at the time. So, but that would be my choosing. But either one or any of the 5, I would totally love. Or an 07 one, because also mentioning LeBron, because I'm not a LeBron fan, so when we swept LeBron, that would also be a super satisfying one to have.
That was the easiest finals ever, by the way. Anyway,
easily.
Honorable mention, and then we'll get out of here. Michael Crabtree's game-worn jersey from the 08 Texas versus Tech game. Absolutely. Gotta have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to give
The
an
catch.
honorable mention. The catch,
Yeah.
as we like to call it around these here parts, but some of you non-tech fans would never understand.
Wait, can I
Good
ask you a
days.
question real quick?
Sure.
Okay, at the beginning of your story, you were talking about something, and the guy you mentioned, his name's Trayvon. What's his last name?
Blew it.
Trayvon Blewett.
Yeah.
That's an awesome athlete's name. Trayvon blew it last night.
But he's a winner.
And if he lost the game, he would blew it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he won.
Oh.
Well,
that sucks.
quite the ending to the segment there, Haley. We're going to move on to music once again. Sorry Doesn't Know by Jen Grant. We'll be back in a few. Don't go anywhere, folks. Hello, Facebook. Welcome back. Let's see what the audience has to say. Veronica Marks says, I'd like to have a Rafael Palmeiros jersey. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of her favorite players,
Okay.
despite the steroid fiasco.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
But I can
She
dig it.
thinks
I can dig
Rafael
it.
Palmeiro is very attractive.
I mean, he's not a bad-looking fellow. I
Yeah.
can understand that.
What's his name?
Rafael Palmeiro. He used to
I'm
play first
looking it
base
up.
for the Rangers.
Ooh, you
Back
know
in the
what?
day.
There is a baseball player. I don't know
That
his
nar-
name.
that
I don't
narrows
know
it
what
down.
team he plays for, but wow. I want
Wow, what
his jersey.
That narrowed it down to every
Did he
baseball
did he
player
play for
ever.
the- Did he play for the U.S.?
Yes, yeah.
Wow, there was this baseball player
Yeah, I
hear
for a
they're
team. Wow.
Yeah, actually-
Literally Haley's words.
Shout out to the USA for winning the World Baseball Classic. That was
Yes.
top notch.
Low-key, I was a little bit torn because it was USA versus Puerto Rico, but I mean, I was born in San Antonio, so it's not like my allegiance is to Puerto Rico or anything.
USA.
But it was cool to see Puerto Rico there, but I mean, there was no chance. No chance whatsoever.
Puerto Rico dominated the World Baseball Classics too up until that game. They outscored
until that
opponents
game, they were-
55-18 in the first
Yeah.
7 games.
Like,
So the USA beating them 8-0 was very
huge,
impressive.
Huge stuff.
This is like the big boy little league for me. It's fun, but like. I mean,
What?
I mean, that's what it seems. That's what it seems like to me. It's
do you
just
mean?
like I don't know. I mean,
It's
pretty.
like Little League Baseball, but with
I don't.
big guys.
It's like it's not really evenly matched.
They call
in
that
my
baseball.
opinion.
Do you also
Found
think
them.
the Olympics and the World Cup are Little League?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Little
it's
League
baseball.
soccer that
I
the
don't
whole
know.
world watches.
I don't really like Little League that much, and the World Series doesn't really intrigue me as well. Or
His name's
not
Chris
the World
Bryant.
Series,
The
World Baseball
but
Classic.
the World
Chris
Baseball
Bryant.
Classic.
He plays for the Chicago
Oh yeah,
Cubs.
Chris Bryant. He's the
We
MVP.
found out, ladies and gentlemen, it was
That
Chris
was,
Bryant.
that was the American baseball player.
National League MVP.
I want all of his clothing.
Haley Up the Grove that's creepy.
No,
that is
that's
really
the,
creepy.
That's the equipment I'm
Just
gonna
for
take.
the record. Anyway,
You know how I feel about the Cubs, so this is very upsetting to
yeah.
me.
Let's not get Andrew Marks started on the Cubs. He'll be here all day talking about it. We're gonna go back. We got music news on the way with Andy Koke, so don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Hi, hello, good morning. My name is Andy Koke, and here's your weekly music news update. A-list celebrity actor and survivor of the Benjamin Button disease, Brad Pitt is sad. Reports about how Brad Pitt is spending his time coping his recent breakup with A-list celebrity actress and Lara Croft lookalike Angelina Jolie, including locking himself up in his friend's art studio, spending up to 15 hours a day sculpting, and listening to a sad playlist consisting of Waylon Jennings' Just to Satisfy You and majority Bon Iver songs. Bon Iver's Justin Vernon broke his silence Wednesday, tweeting, "Cool, someone should get Brad at me. I guess we should talk." The Brad Pitt camp has yet to respond, so hopefully they can talk things out soon. Gorillaz have announced their new album release date on Instagram. Their first album in 6 years, titled Humans, which is set to be released on April 28th. The Gorillaz ensemble includes an all-star crew, including Grace Jones, Mavis Staples, Vince Staples, Danny Brown, De La Soul, Pusha T, Kalila, Dram, and many, many more. This past Saturday, rock and roll legend Chuck Berry passed away at the age of 90 from natural causes. Known for his swagger and infectious guitar riffs, his most notable hits like No Particular Place to Go, You Can Never Tell, his only U.S. #1 hit single, My Ding-a-Ling, and of course, Johnny Be Good. While we still mourn his passing, the only thing that Barry wanted more is to release his final album. And on Monday, his family announced that the record Chuck is set to be released June 16th. Finally, the New York Times report that President Trump proposes to eliminate the National Endowment of Arts and Humanities in his new budget plan. The endowments have issued prestigious grants to musicians, artists, writers, scholars for many, many decades. Most of the funds support nonprofit groups across the country, such as dance companies, radio stations, music orchestras, and theaters. The endowments have a combined budget of $30 million. This also includes cutting the Corporation of Public Broadcasting, which includes NPR and PBS, public radio and television, which is also $445 million, a very small fraction of the total annual spending budget. So that's me. That's the music news. So let's get back to GMTT.
All right, Mr. Koke, thank you.
Quite a bit. We missed a lot.
Can we start with the Brad Pitt discussion? Because
Yes.
I think that's hilarious.
Yes.
I mean, I would be upset too
He
if I
is
broke up
sad.
with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
I would
his
be
fault.
sad if I broke up with Brad Pitt.
You know
Fair enough.
what's really sad when you try to write Brad Pitt and it comes up, or the correction comes up as Bradgelina.
Is it bad that I
Wow.
still want him and
That's
June
funny.
to get back together? I really do.
I mean,
She's married though, so like I don't know how that's gonna
I'm
work.
not super broken up about it, so
They are.
you know, it's
But sculpting,
not all that much to me.
sculpting and listening to sad music. Who hasn't done that?
I mean, I don't.
I do it on a regular basis.
I mean, I'll listen to some sad
I did-
music.
I did
but
it last night,
not
obviously.
sculpting.
I feel like he's just playing a role. This is not really.
Yeah, it's actually method acting for a role he's
I hope
got
so.
coming up.
I
It makes me
really
sad,
hope.
though.
Moneyball
It really
too.
does for them and like for their like 30 children. It just breaks my heart for them because like I don't know.
Yeah.
32 Joe.
I think Angelina Jolie wants to be a professor at a university now. I think she's like
That's
trying
cool.
to start
For
teaching.
what?
Honestly, she's a pretty good person.
She's
Like,
also a humanitarian
Yeah.
too. I mean, there's speculations on both sides that they're both kind of crazy, or they're both like
I could see that.
in their own right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks. It seems like Justin Vernon, or Bon Iver's Justin Vernon, wants to help Brad, with his issues, which is cool. I would love to hear about that. Them sitting down, just
What a bro.
talking
What a
about
bro.
What a bro.
talking about their feels.
I feel like the mom and dad of Hollywood split up, and now we're all just.
Is that
like,
what it is? The mom and dad of
scrambling.
Hollywood?
Mom
What
and dad.
side should we be
I think
on?
they're like the crazy aunt and
I
uncle,
think
to
we're
be honest.
all their
I would probably go
children.
with
I'm just
that.
jealous they didn't adopt me.
You probably still have a shot.
Isn't your
honestly.
dad listening? That's rude.
What? No.
Yeah, he's probably
my dad.
really
My
offended
dad
by
will
that.
understand. He's
Oh.
it's like take that opportunity.
He's probably just sitting there like it's Bradgelina. I mean,
Go
I can't- I
for
don't
it,
know.
really
They have
though.
And rest in peace, Chuck Berry.
Yes.
peace.
St.
Oh my
Louis's
gosh.
own.
For real. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Picking
think
up that album though.
for me, I got introduced to Chuck Berry through Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, same.
it's really crazy to think about.
Millennials, am I
That
right?
he was 90 years old. He died 90, like at 90, which is pretty good run.
Yeah.
Especially for
pretty
his
good run.
for his legacy and years of drug use, alcohol, and going through all these years and then dying from natural cause. Yo,
Yeah.
Like that's how I would love to pass, just like 90 and be like, all right, guys, I'm out. But yeah, no, he's leaving us with a great, awesome last album, which is fantastic, perfectly titled Chuck. So I can't wait for that one. It's coming during the summer.
You know what you really got me with is when you were like, Gorillaz are coming out with a new album entitled Humans, and
Humans with a Z.
It threw me for a loop. It really did.
I heard their latest track, and it was hard to
it's
get
more
into.
Like a political outcry. But then a lot of other artists were releasing singles about the recent politics, just like Arcade Fire also put out one in a very, very long time. So I feel like it was more the arts, like people in the arts are just just want to get their voice heard, and it's true. Things are happening, especially with the NEA and the NEH, also with the Corporation of Public Broadcasting, which is just a small fraction of our total budget. And I will pay that to listen to NPR and watch PBS, all that good stuff that we get. And then, all the grants from the musicians, writers, dancers. Very, very important. The arts shouldn't...
Super important.
It doesn't have that much going for it right now, like, money-wise, but that doesn't mean we should, like, let it go all in total, because, that's what... We're doing that right now. This is radio. This is us.
Yeah.
Indeed. This is radio.
Well said.
I mean, come on, guys.
No, I feel you. I really do. It really
sucks.
upsets me a lot.
It's like literally nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes me kind of sad. Hopefully it doesn't go through. But yeah, there's been a lot of speculation about if it's going to get cut or not. But now that the budget plan's been released, it's pretty scary. It's pretty scary.
A lot of things are wrong with the budget plan.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see how things are going to play out. Well, thank you, Andy Koke, for that.
You're welcome.
Update there. Let's go ahead and go into a quick news and weather update and then music break, and then we'll be back with another fun little game. So, what is on the news and weather now, Haley?
A few things are on the news now, Brian. Harris County is no longer the nation's fastest growing county. Census data released yesterday shows that honor now belongs to Arizona's Maricopa County. Despite the oil and gas bust, Harris County did manage to gain nearly 57,000 new residents, making it the second fastest growing county in the U.S. Arnold Schwarzenegger is terminating his fee arrangement with the University of Houston. A spokesman for the action star and former California governor tells UH that he doesn't accept fees for speaking to students and that he will not accept the $40,000 offered for his services at the campus's spring commencement. Daniel Ketchel says Governor Schwarzenegger wasn't aware that a fee was arranged for his representatives and that he asked them to waive the fee. 10-digit dialing services in San Antonio will arrive tomorrow. The Alamo City is getting a second area code, and that means local calls will need 10 digits to connect instead of 7. There will be a grace period with 7-digit calls getting through until September. Then it's cold turkey as the 762 area code arrives the following month. And finally, several media outlets are reporting that there was a possible sighting of missing Maury County teenager Elizabeth Thomas in Texas. Thomas has been missing since March 13th and is believed to be with 50-year-old Tad Cummins. Police have received reports, hundreds of tips, and the possible sighting of his silver four-door Nissan Rogue in Corpus Christi, Texas. It's not confirmed, but Cummins is 6 foot tall, 200 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes with a gray beard. Thomas is described as 5'5", 120 pounds with blonde hair and hazel eyes. That does it for your KTXT News Update. I'm Haley. Now here is DG with your weather.
Thanks, Haley. The National Weather Service forecast for Lubbock and vicinity, a high wind warning in effect from 11 o'clock this morning until 7 p.m. today. Expecting some dangerous windy conditions. We're also under a fire weather watch as well. Very windy, mostly sunny, and areas of blowing dust expected later this morning and this afternoon. Highs today around 70. West winds 25 to 35 miles per hour with gusts around 50 miles per hour. Those winds will then shift to the northwest, and gusts up to 60 miles per hour are expected. Mostly clear and windy tonight, lows around 40 degrees, and sunny tomorrow, high Saturday in the mid-70s. Looking at the extended forecast, it's a bit early, but looks like we may have some rain chances coming up early in the week next week. Currently outside in Lubbock, a few clouds, breezy conditions, 49 degrees. Wind is from the southwest at 23 with gusts to 30 miles per hour, creating a wind chill of 42 degrees. Coming up next, here on Good Morning Texas Tech, we've got music. Here is Passing by Froth on the Raider 88.1.
Facebook Live, what is up?
How's everyone hanging? Let's check what we got going on in the comments section.
Nick Hay says, in all seriousness, though, he would have Joe Carter's 1993 walk-off home run baseball when the Blue Jays won the World Series.
Okay. But
after he said he would clone Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean thinking
I
outside
would
the
too.
box for that one, but I can dig it. I can see where he's coming from for that one. Be a hard task, but hey, you never
Other
know.
than that, the comments are light today, peeps.
Peeps.
Light comments today. But a quick sneak preview for what is to come. So, obviously, spring break is a lot of time for great fun, and a lot of that has to do with some music festivals, one of them being the super famous South by Southwest, which I saw a bajillion posts about all over social media, so I created a little game for music festivals. So
A little game.
a little game because I was bored, and I thought it'd be funny. So let's see how you guys handle it.
Did y'all see the Jimmy Kimmel thing that he went to South by and like interviewed stoned people on the street and asked them really simple questions and like, filmed their answers?
Yeah.
Wait, he interviewed people that like. How do they know they were stoned?
You
I mean,
Like you could
it's a music
You
festival.
could
You could
literally.
tell.
Well,
In
you say
Austin.
music festival, but like that's like a citywide thing. I don't
It's
know.
Austin. You go up to any random person on the street in Austin, and like, there's a pretty fair chance, you know.
No.
that's not true. I don't.
That's
mean-
not true. That's profiling.
That is
Come on.
profiling.
I mean,
At South by Southwest on 6th Street,
Yes.
Most people are drunk. I would say.
or both, or both.
Back in the day, people used to refer to getting drunk as getting stoned, too, so technically she's still right.
Yeah.
I mean,
back in the
I guess
back-
if we're being old-fashioned
Far
about it.
back in the back days, getting stoned means
And we
people
looked-
throwing rocks at you.
I mean,
How far
that
we've
is
come.
also a
He's going,
correct
he's going
statement.
way back.
How
We're,
far
we're
we
going
have
like
come.
biblical times here.
Flashback Friday.
What is that? Oh,
I hear a cellular device ringing. Wow, Haley.
See,
Could
I'm
you
one-
please put your phone on silent.
I'm one of those cool
during the
teachers.
show.
I'm one of those cool teachers, so
Good thing
you
we're on
know,
Facebook, huh? Come on, Haley.
I'm not gonna yell at
Amateur
you,
hour.
but I'm disappointed.
I'm not mad. I'm actually kind of mad at you right now. That is inexcusable.
I'm not disappointed. I'm really mad.
You host Woman Crush Wednesday. You should know better than this. Offended.
I just literally never have my ringer on. It's always on silent.
I rarely turn mine on.
I honestly, like, my ringer is probably on, like, less than 10 times a year.
Less than 10 times. Huh?
Honestly, I'm not exaggerating. Yeah.
That is rare. See, mine's like maybe once or twice a week kind of thing.
Yeah.
But okay, pushing it. Good stuff. So, did y'all go into music festivals?
I actually, confession, have never been to a music festival.
Well, you did see like Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah,
right.
but that was just like an 8-song.
Yeah.
Little set.
A little set. Like, it was
Yeah,
like
but
8
you
songs.
still got to go see Jimmy World.
Yeah, no, it was fun. But I'm
Nice.
saying,
Pretty rad.
They play
I've been
their-
to concerts. I've never been to a festival.
Oh yeah, but like, did they play like their new stuff?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
They played
how
like
was
2
it?
new songs and like 6 classics.
Yeah,
Of course.
Did they play the middle?
They did. And
I love that
Sweetness.
song.
Gotta play the middle.
You gotta play Sweetness. That's the best
middle.
Bleed America.
one.
My phone is always on
That was
silent.
a great cover.
I don't understand. It's fine.
It's too late. Haley.
Andy Eat World.
It's too late.
It was on, so my alarm would go off this morning.
All right.
I'm on a diet.
Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got our music festival game coming up very shortly, so stay tuned.
Keep it locked.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Goodfella Friday, plus Haley. Well, so we were just discussing a little bit about music festivals in the Facebook break, because a lot of people went to South by Southwest over the spring break, had a great time. I saw a bajillion posts all over Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and all that stuff. So I took a little inspiration from that and decided to come up with yet another little game for this segment. So I think it's going to be fun, at least for me. I don't know how you guys will handle it, but you guys feeling up for it?
I'm always down for your games.
Awesome. So let me explain a little bit. This is actually similar to our spoof news segment, for those of you that may be familiar with that. What I have done for this segment in particular, I've taken 10 music festivals, all with brief descriptions about each one, where they're located, what they do there, what makes it special, and it is your job to decipher and decide, are they real or are they fake? So I think it's going to be fun, and I'm dying to see who's going to win this one. So let's mix up the order so that we don't have any complaints this time around.
What? I don't.
There will probably still
I'm
be
looking
complaints.
at you, Koke.
What?
Looking right at you. So we're actually going to start this one off with Miss Updegrove.
Yay!
All right, Haley. First one is known as Craft Fest. Similar to Oktoberfest, Craft Fest is held annually in Portland, Oregon every May. The 3-day festival highlights some of the finest in folk music, all while simultaneously celebrating some of the finest craft beers from around the globe.
I'm gonna
Is
go
this
with
real
absolutely
or fake?
real.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. That's actually fake.
That should
Wow,
be
I
a
really
thing,
wish that
though.
was real.
Should be a thing.
Only way a country can be bearable.
Ooh.
That's really cool, though.
Some shade has been casted
come up
upon.
with that?
I did come up with that.
Wow.
I thought it was gonna be like Kraft Mac and Cheese Festival. Everyone eats.
Now, if that
mac
was a
and cheese.
thing,
Or like arts and
I'm
crafts.
all aboard. Arts and crafts. Everyone's like, it's no music. Everyone's just like making macaroni art,
Yeah.
like we did in kindergarten. All
I
right.
was a boss at making macaroni art, by the way.
Were you really?
Yes.
You got to bring it on the
I
show
made
sometime.
faces. I made giraffes.
Mom, if you're listening, find my
Giraffes.
macaroni art if we still have it.
I was not well versed in the art of
Find your
macaroni.
macaroni
I need to prove
art.
a point, Mom.
All right, Haley Updegrove, not off to a hot start.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Mr. Marks.
Oh,
Are you
boy.
ready?
Never.
This one is known as the Punk Rock Bowling and Music Festival. Held in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this annual summer music festival highlights, you guessed it, punk rock music.
Bowling for soup?
Possibly.
That would make sense if it's
That would-
bowling plus punk rock.
That would absolutely make sense. The
Bowling for
catch,
Soup is not punk rock.
the concerts are held inside bowling alleys across the city so that festival goers can enjoy a nice game of bowling and listen to the music they love at the same time. Andrew Marks, is this a real music festival or is it fake?
I hope it's real, and I'm going to say it's real, and if it is, I want to go to it.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You are correct, Andrew Marks. It is a real festival in Las Vegas, Nevada. Off to a good start. Andrew Marks with the lead.
I
Yeah.
have a pretty bad record.
Take that,
Koke has yet to get a correct answer as of last time, so let's see if he can redeem himself this time around. Koke, you ready?
Redemption.
Redemption time. This is known as Girls Heart Detroit.
Please be real.
This unique 2-day summer festival in Detroit, Michigan puts notable female musicians at the forefront, spanning various genres. This festival is of course open to everyone, but ladies get in for free. On top of the musical celebration, the festival serves to raise awareness about gender equality, and a large portion of the proceeds are donated to notable women's charitable organizations. Is this real or fake, Mr. Koke?
Man, I want this to be real so bad, but the point about women getting free, that's not
It's not a thing.
that's not
So,
a thing.
are you saying it's fake?
I think it's fake.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You are correct, Andy Koke. That is fake, and I made absolutely all of that up.
Ooh.
All right, Andy Koke.
Sorry. Sorry to the
I was
women of
t-
Detroit.
Yeah, I was
I did
taking
not
a
mean for that to
huge
be
risk.
insulting. Taking a huge risk
I'm
there,
taking a
but
huge risk.
No,
but
that's fair.
high risk, high reward. You
But
are
I mean, that would be
now
a cool
tied.
festival, though.
would.
Honestly,
That would be cool.
That would be such a cool festival.
It wouldn't be equality if women did get in free. Though.
Yeah, no, that part, that doesn't make sense to me. 'cause
Just saying.
it's not freaking. It's not a night bar from.
Well, it's a
11
good thing
to
I made
2.
that up. So the only one that looks bad here is me for making that up.
I
But,
know.
I'm gonna stick with
judging
your
you,
craft
Brian.
beer idea. That was a good one.
I'm just pumped still about
the punk rock bowl.
punk rock and bowling, two of my favorite things. So
Okay. Right on. Moving on, shall we? Haley Updegrove,
Yes.
are you ready for this next one?
Why not?
This one's not quite as wordy as the previous one. This is known as the Kerrville Folk Festival. Most music festivals typically last about a weekend long. However, this folk music festival held in Kerrville, Texas, lasts for an astonishing 18 days. Real or fake?
In Kerrville?
In Kerrville, Texas.
Come on, this is so easy, Haley.
I don't think it's real.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect, Haley. That is a real festival. Yep.
It's the only thing good in Kerrville.
Oh.
Really? No, James Avery came from Kerrville, so that's cool. They
Wait,
should have
fact
a
of the
festival
day.
for James
James
Avery.
Wait, what genre of music?
Folk music,
Folk.
Andy.
Oh, folk music.
Folk music.
Cool.
18 days of folk music. I
That's
don't know.
so
I would last about 2
There's a
days
lot
to be
of
like,
folks
I
there.
need some adrenaline here.
Like, well, no, because Kerrville's
Just a
a
bunch of
predominantly
folks.
what, like German area.
I've
like
passed
that
by
area
Kerrville,
up
so I
by, like,
wouldn't-
Fredericksburg and.
I wouldn't exactly
Oh well,
know.
that's cool. Good to know.
Skirt. Haley Updegrove with 0 points on the board so far, but maybe
It's like
she still has
economics
time.
class.
You still have time to redeem yourself. Andrew Marks, are you ready for this next one?
Totally.
This is known as the Electric Forest. This outdoor electronica music festival is held in Rothbury, Michigan, and is notable for using a wide variety of colorful neon lights across an entire forest, while music lovers can enjoy music while experiencing a light show like none other. Is this real or fake?
Did you say what time of year it possibly occurs?
During the summer.
Nighttime.
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna say fake, but I am not positive. But it is my final answer.
That is incorrect. This is a real festival, believe it or
Yay.
not.
Colors.
Yeah. He's so excited about this one. That might be up Koke's alley.
I mean,
so-
that's a big energy bill there, so I thought it would be fake. You know.
Yeah, that would be a big energy bill. I mean, I'm not paying for it, so none of my concern. All right, not off to, you know.
All right, Andy.
I have,
Not too great.
I have the chance for the steal.
Let's
the
see if
steal.
Andy Koke can come
For
up
the
with the
lead.
steal. All right, Koke, are you ready for this next one?
Yeah.
This is known as Industry of the Sunrise. Annually held in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, this festival celebrates the underappreciated culture of the city of Pittsburgh, along with its hard-working citizens. Musically, the festival features artists from various genres, including alternative rock, jazz, and even some hip-hop. Is this real or fake?
So what is it called again?
Industry of the Sunrise.
Is it because all the smog from production, you can't see the sun, so they're trying to say make money to?
It's a yes or no
the
question.
I
sun.
mean, using context clues, I don't know that much about it, but that's a pretty fair assumption.
It's a real thing. Final answer.
That is
Final
incorrect,
answer.
Andy Koke. That is completely fake, and I'm sorry because you seem so confident in your answer there.
Pittsburgh needs a music festival.
They
Pittsburgh
should.
needs a
They
lot
deserve one.
Of things.
Is that shade being thrown at Pittsburgh, Haley?
Maybe just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
They don't
of
need
shade.
a lot of. They don't need a lot of shade.
They have good sports.
plenty of
They
smog.
need to steal themselves a music festival.
Get it?
All right, so it looks
Like
like,
a pirate?
we got a tie
You know?
ball game here. So let's see if Haley can also tie this one up, shall we? Next up is the Winstock Country Music Festival, not Woodstock, Winstock. This highly popular country music festival is held annually in Winstead, Minnesota, and features the biggest names in all of country music. The festival typically hosts anywhere from 12 to 15,000 people each year. Real or fake?
I don't know.
Well, I need a guess. It's 50-50,
Come
you know.
on.
Flip a coin.
Fake.
Fake? Final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. It is absolutely a real festival.
She's the new Andy.
Yes.
Haley Updegrove is ice cold on today's game. So
Man,
sorry.
I really hope this isn't indicative of
Yeah,
how my
it's one of the
test
more
is gonna
popular
go
country
to 11.
festivals. too.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Shoot.
Moving on, shall we? We got a couple more. All right, Andrew. This one's kind of a head scratcher, so bear with me on this one.
Okay.
This is known as Naked in the Streets. Held in Copenhagen, Denmark, there is nothing particularly out of the ordinary about this music festival, which hosts a wide variety of artists over the course of 5 days, except, of course, for the fact that each of the festival goers are completely naked throughout the entirety of the festival.
Sweet.
Real or fake?
It's got to be real.
Gotta be real.
It's got to be real.
Fingers
Final answer.
crossed.
Final answer.
Incorrect, Andrew Marks. That is fake. I made absolutely
Copenhagen.
all of that up, but we should totally make that a thing.
You should stop thinking about naked people.
It's not perverted. Okay.
I think it's okay if you do it in Europe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
they don't
everything's
care.
That's why I thought
It's
it was
not
real.
sexual
But not
over there.
everything.
Right? That's
It's
what I was going to
Yeah,
say.
Denmark of all places too. You know.
All right, Andy Koke, you could take the win on this one if you get this correct. This is known as the Underwater Music Festival. Another self-explanatory festival. Music-loving snorkelers and divers play and enjoy unusual instruments in the Looe Key Reef in the Florida Keys each year. Real or fake?
Oh, man. I want to say it's real.
A lot writing on this.
Please be
Is
real.
that your final answer,
That's
Andy
how I talk to
Koke?
Santa Claus.
No, it's not, because it's fake. Final answer.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You were actually correct the first time. It is a real festival, so unfortunately, you are not the winner for today's game.
At least you're not the biggest
The
loser.
devastation on your face right
How
now.
do you
Is that all the
listen-
questions? I want a chance to win right now.
We have one more, but this one's going for Haley. So let's see if we could get a three-way tie going.
That's weak.
Haley Updegrove, this is your last chance. A lot riding on this. Your dignity and reputation is on the line for this one.
Really?
Hey,
Journalistic integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
You go
A lot
0 for
riding
4,
on
I
it.
swear.
0 for 4. Let's see if it happens. Haley, are you ready?
Okafor.
No.
Well, too bad. Let's go ahead and go into our last festival. This is known as Wave Gothic Treffen.
What?
Pagan rituals,
What?
Viking reenactments, and Gothic romance are just a few features of this German-based music festival. Musically, the festival features genres such as cybergoth to death punk, all while festival goers dress in old-fashioned Gothic attire. Is this real or fake?
They have Hot Topic
Gothic
in Germany.
rituals.
Real?
Real. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Haley Updegrove, you have just made this a three-way tie between all of you. It is absolutely real.
I got one!
And we have absolutely no winners for today's game.
We're all losers.
We're all winners! What are you talking? Y'all
Nah,
are
you're all
empty
losers.
people.
There's no winners here.
Jeez.
Yeah.
If you're not first, you're last. Wise words from
Ricky
Ricky Bobby.
Bobby.
How are you feeling? You guys surprised?
I feel great. I got the last one right.
I was surprised that the one in Denmark was not real.
How do all of these people in the Florida Keys listen
He's
to music?
still baffled by the underwater one.
Cause if they're like all snorkelers, like imagine all like the little snorkels coming out of the water. If people want to listen,
They
to
should
the
have
music,
like a piano music festival in the Florida Keys and call it
Underwater?
the Florida
That would not be
Ivory
good for the
Keys.
piano.
Okay,
Wow.
well, it looks
Wow,
like
clever stuff there. But speaking, of course, of music festivals, Andy Koke has a little bit of information for the High Plains Music Festival, which take
do.
place this weekend. Correct?
I do.
What's
yeah.
what's the deal with that, Koke?
So this is like the first of its kind. Tech grad students are putting together this event. It's basically what it's called is the High Plains Print and Music Festival, and it's going to be at LUCA, the Lewis Hopkins Center for
The
Arts.
Yeah, Louise Hopkins.
Louise Hopkins Underwood Center for Arts. It's gonna be outside. It's gonna be $10. It's gonna be a 2-day event. $10 for 1 day. 15 for 2. All ages, so anyone is welcome. There's gonna be music there. It's gonna be amazing local music. Denton artists are coming. San Antonio artists are coming. Houston artists are coming. A lot of printmakers, so a lot of screen printers, clothing makers from all over, local and in the DFW area are coming. My friends are actually staying from UNT at my house to sell their stuff, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's basically to promote Texas music and art, and it's a really cool event. It's 2 days, starting today and tomorrow, 6 to 10. All ages. If you need any more information, hit them up on Facebook. .com/High Plains Fest and also at High Plains Fest on Instagram. They have a bunch of information there. Should be a lot of fun. That's why you're going to see me there today. So
Absolutely. Where there's a little bit of weekend plans for you, suggested by the wonderful Mr. Andy Koke. Thank you so much for listening today. Don't forget to show the women some love on Woman Crush Wednesday edition, same time, same place. But as for us, we are out of here. Thank you again for listening. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you guys next Friday. Have a wonderful weekend.
Wreck 'em.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, it's Undercurrents. Greetings, everyone. How you doing? Well, I hope. And